Okay, I think everything's good. No, it's doing the bundle install. But while it's doing that, let's take a look at your. What's the thing you're supposed to do? Build a method that returns a boolean on the game model that indicates whether or not the current state of the game is in check. Oh, okay. Get the king with the specific color.
Yeah,
Ooh,
this is just kind of my thought process.
man, this is not a small thing to figure out.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, this is the whole thing. This is the whole project right here.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
All right. So let me grab that out of there. And
I mean, I started coding it a little bit, and I mean, I got a good idea of what I need to do. It's just really, it's odd. I think I'm gonna have to build a few different helper methods.
mm-hmm. Okay. Well, sometimes like I'll um, I'll make a file called like scratch.txt or something, just something I can put notes in, to kind of think out loud or think like I don't have
Yeah.
enough. So wait 1 second. Let's see here. My wife is yelling at my kids. Can you hear?
Yeah.
They left food out on the counter as usual.
Nope. Better eat it.
Yeah, better eat it or wear it. Okay, so like, let's paste this in here. So you want to be able to do like game dot in check, something like that, right?
Yeah, and just pass in one argument, which would be just the color.
Right. And
Um,
you pass in the color.
there's probably other ways of doing it, though.
No, that's good. I mean, that's pretty good. And then so you basically that means that like okay, so like let's run through a specific scenario. Like let's say I'm the black player, okay?
Yep.
And so my black king is it's like directly in front of a rook on the other of a white rook, right?
Okay.
Okay, so you game in check black would return true. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
It means that black, like one move from now, that color is going to be. He's at risk to be captured, so he's in check. So when you do game in check and you pass in a color, it implies that the next move belongs to the opposite color that you passed in, right?
Right.
Okay. So you're just really checking to see if any piece on the board that's not your color could potentially capture you
Yeah.
at that exact moment,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So, um,
And we could use one of the, I think, valid move or move or the capture method that we worked on to
sure.
determine.
Let's look at our models again, right? You have all these models. You have a little duplication in here. Like I know that like for the queen and the rook, you have like horizontal move, vertical move. Oh no, wait, someone extracted them all into the piece class. All right, well that's good. Because they used to be kind of spread around.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, the way that I would always approach this is like with a test,
Yep.
right?
That's what I'm thinking.
So you've already started to write this, right? Was this you in check?
Yeah.
You already started on it? All right. So pieces find by.
Is that all off? That's weird.
What's weird?
Those
The
lines.
formatting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just fixed it.
Oh.
Um,
Now this is just kind of my thinking. I was not really working too hard.
yeah. So you want to
because
find out if the game is in check for black or whatever. So where are you checking the color? Oh, color true. If the color's
it,
true, then it's black. This is where it gets kind of like a little bit hard.
because I need to find the opposite color of all their pieces.
Yeah. So, uh, okay. So for like a game, oops, I'm already in the game. So for like a game or a user has an attribute of color or what? What is it?
No, just the pieces.
So how can you tell what color is who's who? Who's
Well, right now we just have. I don't like it. We should have used a string, but right now we have white as true and black as false.
but where's the color attribute? Oh, it's on the
Boolean. Yeah.
so the only place the color is on the pieces. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if color is true, then he's black, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
I don't like it either. It's harder to
Well, it
reason.
does, it creates like mental overhead that you have to carry with you everywhere we talk about this. And
Yeah.
are your teammates hardcore about keeping it that way, or is it more like, look, it's there, it's working, let's not mess with it?
I think yeah, they're the like. Let's just keep it that way.
All right,
So
all right, okay, that's fine. I
it's
mean,
kind of
it's
hard.
almost like if you just renamed color here to like black or something, and black would be true or false, then I mean that would tell you more than just color. It'd be like this piece is not black and this piece is black.
Yeah.
But instead, it has the name color, which is like this color is true and this color is false. Doesn't make sense.
No.
So, I mean, how many times do you use the word color in the application? Not that much. Well,
The pieces.
it wouldn't be hard to like change it to black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be okay, open to changing it, but
In check, and then you'd say. But it's still not really it's not really a solution. Man, it's not right. It's like
yeah.
you really should set this stuff up in a good way at the beginning because it'll just
Right.
haunt you forever. I mean, that's like the difference between software and so many other things. Is like if you're a bridge builder, some kind of engineer, and you build a really well, that's not a good example, but like let's say you're a brain surgeon and you have a really bad day and you like don't do that well on a few patients, when one of them dies
Oh
or
yeah.
but it's like the next day you can kind of shake it off and pay your malpractice premium and like move on, and learn from it. And like that bad surgery from yesterday doesn't affect tomorrow's surgery, but like in software, tomorrow's work is today's like tomorrow's foundation is today's work. And it's like if you get sloppy for one day, you can reap a whirlwind for months, just because
Yeah.
you cut some corners. And I'm not lecturing your team at all, but it's like that should help you kind of go, yeah, it is worth going back and maybe repairing the concepts here. I mean, would they be upset if we just like adjusted it real quick?
I don't think so.
Well, let's think about how we would do that. So like you want to have a color. You've set it up so that every piece has a color, right?
Yeah.
And so when a user joins a game, the user the user doesn't even get assigned a color. That's just derived from the color of his pieces, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so really all we have to worry about is changing the pieces so that they have a color. And let's just
Change that boolean to a string.
yeah, you kind of could do that, right?
Yeah. And just black equals black.
And let's just, the nice thing is, you know, we can just make a branch. I can make a branch. Oh, did I already change something in here? Yeah. Anyway, I can make a branch and call it, you know, change color experiment or whatever off of this Connor issues branch. And now we can just go crazy. You know, we can just do whatever we want. So
Nice.
let's go back here. We can say rake db, or no, rake generate, or what is it? Rails generate migration, change color column to string, something like that. Just give it a nice descriptive name, and then so if I'm going to go to the latest migration, here it is. See, this is the one I just made. And then this is where it gets like lame because I don't Rails change column type.
Yeah, I've only deleted or added.
I know. I just never can remember all this stuff. Yeah, good enough. We'll take that. Okay, so paste that in here. Whoops. Change column, what was it? Pieces.
Yep.
And its color, and we want to change it to string. Right? I think so. And now we'll run the migration, which is going to like destroy so many things. So what's going on here? Oh, there were other migrations in here that hadn't been run, I guess. Okay, no problem. So like now that column's changed, and you know, one quick way to kind of like assess the damage is just to see how that affected all your tests, and it's probably going to be pretty major. But that's okay because it'll kind of point us to BE is like bundle exec.
Oh, okay.
So there's a bunch of tests that fail, and when there's a whole bunch, sometimes I'll just zero in on one. Like, okay, let's just focus on the piece test. So yeah, let's just zip through this because we want to get. Okay, what? Unknown attribute error, user ID for pawn. What is that? I've never seen. Anyway, that doesn't seem like it's related to our problem.
No.
But anyway, let's just see. Piece spec. Pieces controller. Wait a minute. Spec piece. Is it this one? Is this the test that's complaining? Okay, let's see. Unknown attribute user ID for pawn line. Game 48. All right, so okay, so it's here. They're trying to create a game, and then they're trying to fill the board. Yep. And for some reason, it's complaining right here. Let's put a binding pry there and see what happens. When we get there, it should stop. Okay. So I'm going to copy this code. You can't see me do it, but I'm going to like highlight it with my mouse and then paste it in here to see if it will break. Yeah, why does it say unknown attribute user ID for pawn?
Is that taken out of the schema somehow?
Maybe. Let's take a look. Pawn is a piece.
Oh yeah, user ID is taken
It's
out.
taken out. Who took it out? Did we take it out?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's strange because
That was one of the issues. We were going to take it out because
yeah.
and yeah.
Well, it's good. I think it's good to take it out. I think it's better to have your pieces every game has many pieces. Yeah. All right, so let's go down here. We're going to be really severe. And I'll show you something cool in Vim that'll make you want to use Vim, right?
Okay.
Which is like a macro. So like there's this basically for all these lines here, there's a slightly complex operation I want to do, which is I want to delete this, you know, all the way up to here every time it creates a,
Yeah.
right? But before I do that, it's odd that you don't know who deleted the user ID?
Well, I don't know. I just migrated the master into my branch.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad it's gone. It wasn't good to have it there.
Right.
Anyway, we'll work around it. Okay, well, anyway, so I want to delete this, like, basically I want to delete from here to, like, there on all these lines. And so, like, I can do it by hand, which is, like, the road to madness for me. I just hate stuff like that. But in Vim, you can do this thing called macros. So, like, a macro is like a sequence of keystrokes that I record and I can play back. So, like, I'm recording now, and so I go to the beginning of the line, and then I go to where user is, and then I hit, well, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let me try that again. I go to where user is, and then I go delete to game. Yep, that's good. And then I stop the recording. And then watch this. I want to play the recording back. Yonk. See that?
Oh, wow.
And I can even do this and just play it back. Play it back. Oops. That was a mistake. I started a new recording by accident. Okay. See, but I can do this. So sometimes they'll be like,
Wow.
you know,
That's
like
cool.
a file that's filled with stuff, and you have to do the same kind of complicated operation on every single line or something.
Yeah.
Like swap 3 columns in a comma separated, I don't know, just something irritating 100 times. And when you can use Vim to do macros, it's really nice. All right, so let's try this again. I'm not saying you have to become a Vim user, but every now and then you'll see somebody do something,
Right.
and you'll be like, man, I want a piece of that. Spec 9. All right, so let's go back and find that thing. Spec piece.
Oh, they're just inside there.
Yep, and then here, I'm worried that I'm like cutting too big of a swath through this stuff. See, here you're creating a piece. You have a user, you have a game, and now you're creating a piece, and you're assigning it to the user. I'm just not sure.
Oh, yeah. Why is that even in there?
Because y'all were using that to assign, like to tell what pieces were what, you were using that instead of the color.
Mm-hmm. I guess we could just
Well,
keep it. And then,
keep the user ID, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not a good idea to mess with it. I mean, it might just break so many things. But I'm trying to figure out, why was it removed? Well, we can find out who took it out. Let's see. Remove user ID. Who is this?
I hope
It's
it wasn't
Connor.
me. Yeah, it was me.
It was yesterday.
Oh,
All right.
I thought I put that on a different branch. But
Oh, you were just playing around. All right. Well,
what was this branch?
Well, let's just think about this for a second. Okay, going back to game. I just want to think about this for a second. Game. A game has a white user and a black user, and it has many pieces, and every piece has a color. Yeah. Well, let's just go forward a little further. We can take 10 minutes and just see. Because if we could fix this so it was more reasonable, I think everyone would be happy. Piece spec. So let's look in here. So here, user ID, instead of this thing being user ID, we just want to, all we have to do instead is say color, white,
Black.
right?
Oh yeah, white.
Or black. Who's the? Because it says white user ID, and is it like all caps or what? I mean, how do you want to do it? Like this?
Uh, yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
Oh,
We'll just start with that. And so that's how we'll say that this piece belongs to this user.
mm-hmm.
And then you're creating another piece here, which is the user's same user, right? Looks like, but he's got a piece in the way. And so, what's it complaining about? Unused. And then, okay. So we will run this test again. Factory not registered user ID. And we want to get rid of that. Okay. Run the test again. That was in the factory. Well, the test passed,
Yeah.
which is a shock, to be honest. I don't even. Anyway, so how can we do this? Factory. So you want to create a user? I'm creating a game, and then I want to create a piece. So basically, instead of user ID equals user1 ID, I basically want to say color is white, most places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if I could do this. User ID, user1 ID, column. I want to say color white. Let's see if that works. No. Here we go. Yes. See the change it made there?
Yeah.
Nope. It's asking me in each place. Like, do you really want to do this? Not there. Yep. Yep. Not there. Yep. Yep. Not there. Yep. Yep. Not there. Yep. Yep. Nope. Yep. Yep. Okay. That saves time, right? Okay. Let's run the whole test suite and see what breaks. That's the nice thing about tests. Is, see, now we can go through and refactor and aha, look at that. What a nice warm feeling that gave me.
Yeah.
And so let's run let's stick with the models folder and just run this on your models for now. And yeah, there's a few failures. We can find those. Okay, we'll start with pawn.
Oh, that's just one of them. Yeah. Because
Then
mine are already failing.
expect so but were all these tests passing already when we started or not?
Yeah, they were.
Yes. Okay. So let's look at this. Pawn 18. All right. It be an invalid move. And oh, so you're saying like the pawn cannot move like the pawn is at 1-1 when it starts or something? Looks like it. Did you write these?
Oh, no.
Okay. Then I won't be too hard on you. Okay, so the pawn valid move. So what's the failing spec? Which one exactly? 19. What? It's getting true? Let's take a look. Run the test.
Yeah, I shouldn't laugh. The guy that wrote it's Russian, so.
Well, you know what? It's like everybody's code looks crummy except your own, because like they were in this deep context and it makes sense to them. And I'm sure when people come look at my work, they're just like, this is awful. They probably curse me. That's why it's like, it's better just to be like, okay, just work with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so pawn.valid move. Do these other ones work?
Yeah. Oh, question mark.
Yep. False. Okay. So for some reason, 1.5 is returning true, and it should return false. I wonder why that is. And then 99.99, that's off the board. That's false. All right, so why is this returning false? Oh, maybe because, do we need to, this is false because the pawn cannot move, he just can't move to that place. Right? Like, it has nothing to do with whether the pawn's white or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Strange. Isn't it weird? Okay, so valid move. Let's look at it. So it comes in here at, so the pawn is at, the pawn is where? Let's just do a binding pry in there and run it again. The pawn is at 1-1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my what is it? X position or something?
Yes.
X position, is that what it's called? Yeah. And my Y position is 1. And is that like the top right of the board, like northeast, northwest, like where?
Bottom left.
Bottom left. So it's the southwest corner. But is bottom left 0-0 or 1-1?
Yeah, it's 0-0.
Okay, so it's like one in diagonally from the bottom left. And so 1-5, 1-5 would be like 4 spaces.
Yeah.
Straight forward, right?
Yeah, from the starting.
Which he can't do. He can only go 1 or 2 at a time. He can go to 1-2 or to 1-3, but not anything higher than that, right?
Right.
So like if I do,
but I think valid move is just within the chessboard, I guess.
Yeah.
The pawn.
Okay, if is captured. So like where is it?
Should we change the if color?
Is it looking for color in here? Oh, okay. If the color is true, that's interesting, huh? I don't like putting this string white all over the code. It really should be like a constant that we refer to. But anyway,
yeah.
we can come back and fix that. You know what? Maybe that's all we needed to do. Let's run this again. But I don't think so. Okay. So, if the see here, we got to do it again. If the color is white, okay, color is only in 2 places. I bet this will fix it. I don't know why. Yeah, fixed it. Let's just leave it alone. I mean,
okay, I'm cool with that.
All right, let's go back and find more failures.
Should be just mine.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yep.
The game spec. All right.
Cool.
Game spec 36. Oops. Spec game spec 36. 36. Okay. Yay. Oh, so this is where we started. So let's go back here though. Instead of just looking at models, we need to look at everything.
Yeah.
Make sure that everything's running, passing. Yeah, we're gonna hit some problems. So pieces. We'll start with the pieces controller. Okay, and what this was line 5. Create user, white user ID. Yep. And then here it is. Instead of this, we want to say white. Now we can make a factory for pieces, and the factory could be called white piece. You know.
Oh.
And it would just
So
fill,
much
it
easier.
would just fill that in for you every single time.
Yeah.
Rather than having this hard-coded string float around all through your code. So if ever you change the way you designate color, you have to change it in 100 places. You know, but anyway, we're just trying to like get things going here. So
Yeah.
let's see if that fixed the problem. Great. And then the last one is the games controller. Yeah, same problem. Fifth line, what? Line 37, 47, 56. All right. 37. Okay, so it must be done here. Game create white user player 1. Wait, what is the error? User ID. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. Games controller line 50. All right. Assign black pieces to current user. Piece dot color is equal to oh boy. Here we go again with something that's not good manners.
I like that though.
I don't like it. But just to get it working. Okay, now what?
One last one.
MasterSpec 63. 63.
Oh, yep.
Color to equal black. Okay, now we're good. Oh, this bronchitis.
Oh gosh, are you sick? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I coughed so hard that I don't think I broke a rib, but I really hurt my back. And now when I cough, it hurts so bad.
No.
Okay, undefined method color for what are we? Games controller. 63. All right. Black pieces dot take dot color. Aha. See, now your black pieces scope doesn't work. So we gotta go here. It's okay because we're gonna get all this stuff.
Where color is black and color is white.
Yeah, and which is so much better, right?
Yeah.
Where color is black and color is white. How do I do that in Vim? I'm trying to figure out how to capitalize. Yeah. Okay, so here we are again running our tests.
Come on.
Get to green.
Oh.
Oh, good. One more place. What did I? Undefined method color for no, same problem.
Dot color.
All right, let's figure out what's going on. Right there. Stop. Okay, game.black pieces. What are you talking about? Okay, game.pieces dot size. We got 32. Oh, I don't like. Okay. Oh, you have a nice. Are the colors there? Color T. Oh, you know what? That's like your game initializer is setting the colors, right, to true and false instead of black and white.
Of course.
Right? It's no biggie. So we can fix that. You know, it's like, let's find out down here. See down here, color true.
Yep.
Fill white pieces. Okay, it's macro time.
Macro.
Color true would be white. Oh, come on. Did that work? Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
It's like it's doing the line below for some reason. Whatever, I'll take it. Okay. And then here, okay, new macro. Change that word to black. Yep. Nice. Okay.
Who needs GUI?
Nobody. I don't. I get very unhappy when I have to pull my hands off the keyboard for any to touch my mouse. You know, it just feels so backwards. All right. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be way worse.
I mean, we probably missed some stuff, but we'll figure it out. That's the nice thing about the tests is and now the tests that are failing, as far as I know, are the ones that should fail. They're the ones we're kind of in the middle
Yep.
of, unless. I mean, oops, is this the game model? It is. Let me go to the spec. So the failure was like 36 and 41. What's 41? Yeah, and then 36 is also, yeah, so these are two. All right, boom, we are in good shape.
Cool. So much better now. We can put black in there.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
And we can grab the white pieces and the black pieces, and
Oh, man. Well, this might make it way easier now.
I think it's just easier to reason about, which is a big part of the struggle. Okay, so like going back to, let's open up that, what did I call it? The text file. What was it called? Scratch or something?
Scratch, yeah.
Scratch. Why? Oh well, shoot.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. I think because I put it in my git ignore, Vim won't pull it up when I search for it because it thinks it's not supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so like game in check black. Okay, so now let's go to the test. Here we are. In check returns false if the opposing pace cannot king. What does that mean?
Oh,
Is that a
I'm
check
sorry.
check?
Cannot check. Or,
Okay.
Yeah, cannot capture.
Okay. Cannot.
However you want to put it.
Yeah. Capture the king in the current
State.
state. Yeah, why not? Okay, create games with 2 players. Fill board. Wow.
So I just put the full board on there. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Okay, and this is your first test, and this test probably passes, right?
No.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, great. Game and check false. Equal false. I think you'd be better off. The thing is like that sounds like a nice vanilla state to put the board in, but now you have 32 pieces that you have to analyze, and you might be better off just making an empty board that has only a king on it and like one other piece.
Okay. Yeah,
like one black king, one white queen right next to him, and like say, okay, is he in check? Yes.
Yeah.
And can we create a game with no pieces, or will the pieces be created for the game every time you create one?
I don't know how to. With
All right. Okay. And this goes back to like, remember I was saying like the peril of using callbacks is like you have this callback here, which is great because every time you create a game, it's going to fill up with pieces. But if your test wants to like isolate things and not deal with that, then basically you have to like delete the pieces, which is,
it takes a long time.
it doesn't, because your application is so small, it's going to take like an extra second in the test. But if you were working on something where the test suite lasts 10 minutes, which, I'm on some projects like that, like and somebody saw you write tests that were like that, they would be like, come on, man, don't do that to us. Like that's like low-hanging fruit,
Yeah.
But that's fine. So let's go back here. But you know what? Let's optimize later. So right now, let's just create game with 2 players, and then
Optimize later.
there's a fill board method. What is that? What is fill board? Oh, here it
That's
is.
just all the pieces.
Oh. But doesn't that happen automatically after you create the game?
Oh yeah, of course.
So you don't need to do it twice.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is empty board actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to start the game with no players. But let me think about this. I mean, this is really this thing you're this what thing that you're trying to do is very involved. Unless I'm missing something. Let's see here. Game.empty board. So basically, instead of that, right, we're going to say game in check, and we would say black.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
To equal false. And so game in check would say, okay, where's the black king? Oh, here he is, right? And then it would say, okay, where are all the other white pieces?
Yeah.
And it would say, oh, here they are. And then it would say, okay, for each one of these white pieces, can it get to this black piece, right?
Right.
So you kind of need a generic, you need kind of a generic class or a generic method that is passed like a game board and then two pieces, positions.
The kings, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it would be generic. In other words, you're basically going to ask this thing like, can this piece at XY capture this other piece at XY? Based on the current board. And it would be like, no, or yes, or because it might be like, well, normally yes, but there's a piece in the way, so no.
Right.
You know, so you would something like so let's just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Like, what if you had, remember when I was talking about POROs, you know, plain old Ruby classes?
Yeah.
Or plain old Ruby objects?
Pogo.
PORO, plain old Ruby objects. So, like, what if you had an object, a class called checks if piece is capturable?
Well, oh, okay.
Now go ahead. Tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to look at your pieces here. Like, do your pieces here, they don't account for pieces in the way, it doesn't look like.
Now we do have that on the game spec, or the game model.
You do. All right. So the pieces,
we do is obstructed, or yeah.
Is obstructed? I don't see that.
Oh, that's in the piece model. I'm sorry. I thought.
Okay.
Wait, do you have that?
I'll find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Is obstructed. So on your piece model, you're comfortable with this move to, like, how do I get the list of valid moves for the queen? Or is it more that I would just pass the queen every possible space on the board and she would say these are valid and these aren't?
Right. What? I think valid is just, the valid move is just strictly, can it be moved on the board?
Does valid mean like geometrically permitted, or like
right.
Would it ignore the condition of the board and where the pieces are on the board?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me look at the piece model.
The valid move model's not that.
Oh, I
it's not
see.
what I was expecting.
So valid move Well, let's start with rook because we can understand the rook really well. Okay. Valid move returns false if not a valid move. So at first it runs the piece valid move, which is okay. So up here the piece valid move is like if that space is not in the chessboard, then it's false. Okay. Then it runs this one. Horizontal move and vertical move. And so these are also defined here. So horizontal move okay, so the valid move right now doesn't really look at the it's not really looking at the condition of the board that I can tell. It's more just like,
Yeah.
okay, then that's fine.
I'm thinking we could use maybe the method that we built, the move to.
Well, wouldn't you want something like this? Like for any given piece, a method like available spaces or something, or like spaces I can move to, and you'd get back.
We do have space occupied, or unoccupied, I mean.
Right. So like you have a lot of good methods that will, once you give it a location, tell you things about that location. But you don't have a method that will, where you can say for this piece, where on this board could he be in one move?
Okay.
Right?
Right.
That I can tell. I just don't see anything like that. I mean, I see like the building blocks to build that method. Like it looks like everything's here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I would like to be able to be like I would like to have a piece and say
All available moves.
yeah, like say available moves and get back an array of pairs of XY pairs.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Beautiful.
Isn't that what we want?
Yeah.
Okay, so like something like let's start with the rook here. So like if you had a method like available moves, right? And so it's like from my current position, which you know because you're an instance, find all the spaces north, south, east, west, right? Or whatever, however you describe those things.
Yeah.
Collect the coordinates. And then it gets hard because you have to like exclude block paths. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you have a rook here, like let's say you have like empty spaces like this, you know.
Yeah.
I hate this. And then your rook is here, but then you have something, you know, here. You can't, where my cursor is, that's not valid anymore. And so you have to have logic in your code to figure this out.
Yeah.
Which I think you do. I think it's in there.
Yeah. Vertical, horizontal.
Yeah. So if I go back, let me go back to the piece model, and like horizontal obstruction.
And that's all within the is obstructed.
Oh, is obstructed. Okay. And that's, where is that? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay.
Problem is, I wish we were kind of talking about it, and one of the guys, I think he's going to change the destination to 2 arguments. That way we can bring in them separately instead of like that. But
okay.
I guess it's working right now.
Oh, it's coming in as like a tuple or whatever, like a 2-element array.
Right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
It works.
Yeah, it would be better if it was 2, but it's fine. All right. So what? So let's go to your piece. Let's go down to the bottom here and let's make a test.
Yeah.
Context. Oops. Oops. Is it here? I don't think it's. What context am I in? Move to.
Move to.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be there. I want to be here. Okay. So I want to be available. Move. Do. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit longer. I'll come up in a minute. I know. Connor, you destroyed my evening. Just kidding.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Because I don't have much time tomorrow. I just wanted to just take a bite out of it tonight. Okay.
Right.
So available moves do, and we want to say yeah, it returns an array of available spaces for the piece to move to, right?
Yeah.
And so we want to do this. Oops, we want to do this. We want to create a board, and we want to empty it of pieces. Right?
Yeah.
And then what are you doing up here? Okay. We want to create a I'm just going to take your work. We want to create a white. Well, let's just start with a white pawn, okay? Actually, just a pawn. Let's just see.
Cool.
Let's just start. Well, no, might as well. It matters all the time what color it is. And so we'll create the pawn, and its X position will be 1-1, just in that, because we know where that is. The game ID is going to be fine. The color will be white.
That's weird. It's not messing up those tests.
Yeah, this is weird, huh? And
Okay.
what is it complaining about?
Oh, it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's just see. No. That's why I typed that 6 by accident. Man. There we go. I know there's no actual test happening. I just want to see if it's expect gaming check to be true. What? Where's that happening?
Oh, we're in the P-spec. So that's probably why.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. Okay. So we got this pawn, and so what we want is available, or let's just say result is equal to white pawn dot available move. So it's like there's nothing on the board at all, and so what we should get back is what, like basically 1, 2, and 1, 3, right? Okay. So let's run this test, and it's going to crash incredibly hard because that method doesn't even exist. And now we're going to get to work on it. So I'll just go down here to the bottom, and we'll say available moves. And if you really want to do TDD, you run the test again, and it'll say, "Oh, it didn't fail." because there's no expectation. So I'll put an expectation here. Expect
Oh yeah,
result
of course.
to to match array.
One,
And then
two,
one,
1, 3.
1, 2, 1, 3, right?
Right.
Yep. And now it's going to say nope because we got back nil.
Mm-hmm.
And now it gets interesting because we have to figure out expected a collection that could be converted to yeah. So now when we go here, we have to find the available moves for this piece. And so I think, let me open up the pawn. If I see how like there's all this code to tell you what a valid move is.
Yeah.
And it might. Do you have some kind of collection on the game board that is like every possible space on the board? Do we have that anywhere?
That's unoccupied.
No, just kind of like basically what we need is a list of every possible space on the board. Basically an array that looks kind of like this. You know?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like we need 64.
Right.
We need 64 possible locations. And if we don't have it, it's fine.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay, so we'll make one called this wouldn't be here. We'll just put it in here in the game, and it'll be we'll call it game spaces. Oh, that's lame. What do you call it? Board coordinates. Like basically, it's just something like
Yeah. Just an array of arrays.
yeah. Okay, and then how do we do this? We would say 0 to 7 dot each do x, 0 to 7 dot each do y.
Empty array.
Yeah, and then something like result x, y. That's not the most beautiful way to do that, but I don't care. Does that make sense to you, what I'm doing?
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
Okay, all board coordinates, and so if I run this game, all board coordinates.
Each.
Yeah, what am I doing wrong here? How do I? I know there's just some kind of syntactical thing. Ruby. This is such a dumb language. What is it? Range to array. I think I just have to convert that to an array. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Do I have to put this in parentheses? I just will, because
Okay.
it looks better. There's probably a better way, but anyway. Reload. That's not what we want. Okay, so something went wrong there. Oh gosh, what am I doing here?
Are those x coordinates?
Well, these are just, I mean, it's just an array of 8 values, but I thought I was making,
Yeah.
here we go. Reload, let's do it again, stop. Okay, now, what is going on here? X and Y, results nil. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. What's result now? Yeah, it looks better. I don't understand. Oh, I know what's wrong. I'm stupid. All right, I got you. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I think that's what it was. Let's see. Come on. Oh gosh, it doesn't even. Game dot. What was it? Game dot all board coordinates. No, I thought I took that out.
Okay.
Okay, reload. Let's go. No, this is driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that all out? No more binding price. Game dot all board coordinates. There we go.
Wow.
And that's what we want. Okay, so we'll use that to kind of. This is really probably ugly, and
but it's important.
Some people would probably be like, "Oh, I can't believe you did it that way." Well, whatever. Okay, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So, what we want to do is go back to our test, which is here, and go back to our piece model, which is here. And so we can do this for for available moves. And then now we have it wasn't all board coordinates is what it was called. Game dot all board coordinates. Dot each do. What should we call this? X, Y pair. Just to make it clear, right?
Yeah.
Or you could call it coordinate pair or something. Okay. And then what do we want to do with each one? We basically want to see if valid move, maybe instead of XY pair, we'll just say pair. If valid move pair 0, pair 1. You with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if it's a valid move, I need a question mark here, then, all right, start with an empty result array. There's a cleaner way to do this, which I'll show you at the end. But if it's a valid move, then we want that pair in the result.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And if it's not a valid move, we don't. And at the end, we just want to return the result. And that would be nice if that's all we had to do. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
So, but you see what's going on there? It's like we're going through every coordinate on the board for this piece.
Mm-hmm.
And if for this piece, any coordinate is a valid move, then now it's an available move. It's an available move.
Yeah.
So in theory, back here in the pawn spec. Oh no, it's more like, forget that. We want to be in the piece spec. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to run the test. This would blow my mind if it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I didn't think so. But hey, we're on the right track here. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like we expected the collection to contain 1, 2, 1, 3, and it actually contained 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay. So why would it allow you to go back
Backwards.
and nowhere? So it's like one of the like it's not a valid move to where you are already, right?
Right.
That's not valid. So you have to exclude that, and so this is exposing maybe a deficiency in the pawn code, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what if let's change it up a little bit. So instead of a pawn, we'll say we'll change it to a rook. Okay.
Okay.
And the rook will be in the same position. And I'm just going to leave the expectation the same, but let's just see what the code brings back for the rook, because it might be quite different. Yeah. This is good. So like the actual collection contained 1, 0, so that's like no 0, 1. That's valid, right? That's like 1 to the left.
Yeah. 1 0
1
down
0 would be
1.
down 1, right? And then 1 2, yeah, 1 2 1 3 1 4. That's like straight ahead, like going north, you know.
Yeah.
1 7, and then 2 1. That's oh, wait a minute. 2, yeah, 2 1 3 1. Yes, yes, yes. I like that.
Cool.
So that looks like it's accurate. So there's something wrong in the pawn code. So let's see here. Okay, so like it returns it for the piece to move to, and we'll make this expectation be. I'm gonna make it a little bit more. We're gonna have more than one rook test, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It returns the valid spaces to move to on an empty board, right?
Okay.
And yes, I like it. Okay, let's get. What are you complaining about now? What did I do wrong? Oh, this stuff needs to be indented. And then, okay.
Huh.
Because I added another describe block.
The linter.
Yeah. Okay, so here for available moves, you know how like this whole thing of like setting an empty result, adding it,
Yeah.
and then returning it, you can delete.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of. I forgot exactly what you do, but it's something like. Let me just look here. Ruby enumerable. There's some really cool methods on the enumerable class. I think one is just find, or is it? No, it's not find. It's something like, is it find all? Yeah, find all will work fine. Return an array containing all the elements for which the block returns true.
Oh, wow.
So like, instead of each here, we can say, for all board coordinates, we can say find all, do for the pair, and then you just say so basically this is the block, and for any element where this returns true, it will make it into the result. The result's going to be every element in this collection for which this is true.
Okay, and so it's just implicit?
Yeah, and there's another one. Instead of find all, there's one that's like exclude, or I always forget their names. Hold on. Select is similar. Yeah, select is the same as find all. Let's use select because it's kind of like a little bit for me.
Okay.
So it's like select me every pair for which this returns true.
I like that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the opposite of select is reject. Yeah. So if you want to say show me all the ones, like, you know, like show me the unavailable moves, then you would say reject. Like,
Okay.
I want all the board coordinates for which this was false.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this is a little bit cleaner. And because it's one line, you know, many people would probably do something like this.
Yeah, squealy.
And just,
Yeah.
oops, just like that. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay.
Easy to understand.
All board coordinates. I'm going to call this coordinate pair. Okay, just to make it really explicit.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so going back here. See, this is good because we know. Let's just to make the test a little bit easier. Let's start the rook in the bottom left corner, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right, just to make the test like super easy. And so we don't know if this test is going to pass, but we know that the result should be something like 0, 1
through 7.
Yeah, man, I just do not want to type that out, but I will. Okay.
And then 1 through
Something like
1, 0 through 7.
0, 2.
Oh no,
I'm suffering.
this is torture.
3, it is 0, 4, 0, 5. It's okay because we can kind of cut and paste them afterwards. 0, 6.
Yeah.
0, 7. Okay, that's 1. That's horizontal. And then what else? We want we want 1, 0, right? Because him moving northward.
Yeah.
Wait, am I doing that wrong?
No, you're going to horizontal now.
Oh, so the first one was north. Okay, now this one's to the right. So
Right.
1, 0.
2, 0. Yep.
2, 0. Oh my gosh. 2, 0. 3, 0. 4, 0. We're almost there. Don't
It's
give up.
excruciating.
5, 0. 6, 0. Comma 7, 0. End of
Never
array.
again.
All right, and I left some spaces in there.
Cool.
Let me see if I can go find those real quick. Get out of there. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Okay.
Cool.
And let's, for your team's sake, okay, just for clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, if your team looks at this, are they going to know that this means horizontal and vertical?
Yeah.
They are? Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't.
We have what?
Anyway, okay, so we'll just leave it alone. So let's run the test. You ready?
People know. Yeah. We have like a little picture we kind of go off of.
All right. That's amazing.
Yay.
Okay. See, so now when you have weird behavior, you have a kind of a framework to come in and test it. Like, like, hey, that piece shouldn't have been able to go there, but now you can write a test for that. Okay, so now let's do let's make a board that's not empty. Okay, so now we say on a non-empty board, non-empty board. And so now you have a piece here, and we have to make another piece. It doesn't matter what color it is, right? So we can just say, you know, other piece is we'll just make it a pawn, and we'll create it. Even though it's almost impossible for a pawn to get there, it'll be at x. No. X position 0, Y position 2. Okay.
Okay.
And so that means that everything from here on shouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like that. He can move up north 1 space, but that's it.
Yep.
All right. So this is line 157. Let's run that. Oh, Connor, you know what? Sometimes I wonder if, is it really helpful to you to watch me work on your stuff?
Oh no, this is really helpful. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I follow along pretty well.
I wonder what Ken would say, you know, if he saw this, if he would be like, that's not mentoring, buddy. That's something else. But to me, it's like the biggest help I ever got was watching not watching, but like interacting with other people who were better than me and asking questions. Like sometimes I would ask tons of questions. They would answer my questions. And then later I'd realize I wasn't even asking the right questions, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or like, could you help me do this? And they would be like, sure. And then later I'd realize that wasn't even a good way to do it.
Right.
Okay. Expected collection contained these, the actual yep. So it looks like the actual, yeah, so it's not accounting for the piece in the way, which is fine. Like it's not fine, but I mean, now we know. And so we have to figure out.
I think we can just call the horizontal obstruction.
All right, so let's go back to the piece thing and let's look here.
Or the vertical, I mean. Oops.
So here's your available moves. And then where's that obstruction thing? Horizontal obstruction.
And then all of that is called in the is obstructed. So it would just be.
Okay, let's look. Is obstructed. Destination. Okay. See, I don't know how they can tell vertical obstruction. Well, you know what? I'm just going to assume that their logic is right, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So for available moves, we're going to go back to this, and we will go to something more chunky. Because we want to have valid move and what was it called? Obstructed or something?
Yeah, is obstructed, question mark.
Is obstructed, okay. So it has to be a valid move and not is obstructed.
Yeah.
And for that, what? I have to pass the tuple. I have to pass the coordinate pair. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And a question mark probably here. So, give me all the coordinates where it's a valid move and it's not obstructed. All right, let's run our tests. Getting better.
Close.
So what's the extra element here? 0, 2.
Oh, it moved on the space that's occupied.
Huh. That's the space that was occupied?
Right.
Let me go
let's
look at the test. Yeah.
That's weird.
So it should have gone, let's go back here. So it should have gone 0, 1, 0, 2. I mean, we're getting there.
And see, in each vertical and horizontal obstruction methods that are being called, within the is obstructed, they call it within each of those. They call the space occupied for the coordinates. So
right, so they must know. So, but you know what? Maybe it's like technically, for a space to be obstructed is different than being occupied.
Right.
So let's go look at let's go back here. And is there like an is occupied? See, there are these whoops.
There's unoccupied and space occupied.
Yeah, what am I doing here? I got lost. Available moves. So here's occupied by my color piece. And that is, oh, you know what? Because it's like you could move there if the piece is the other color.
Right.
It is valid. If it's a black piece, then it's a valid move, right?
Do we have a black piece? Yeah.
But here we are. Ooh. Okay.
It's the same color piece.
Right. So what's going on here? I'm just wondering where is this method being called? Move to. Okay. So your move to is kind of trying to figure all this out a little bit, but I see. Occupied by opposing piece. Oh, we wrote those methods,
yep.
Right? Okay, occupied by opposing piece. All right. Interesting. Okay. Okay, valid move and what else?
Oh wow.
So it's got to be. It can't be obstructed. It's got to be a valid move, and then it can't be occupied by our own piece, right? So I have to say not occupied by my color piece.
Coordinate pair.
Yeah, but I actually have to do this. Okay. It's funny because some of these were passing around the pair and others were passing around X and Y.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this just doesn't look good. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay, so you have 3 conditions, right?
Yep.
Oops. No, wait a minute. That's not right. I want to do this. What? All right, well, let's run the test. Occupied by my color piece. I always forget the question mark.
Oh.
Because my little autocompleter doesn't put it in for some reason.
Yeah.
It's always like, there's no way he really wants this question mark. Look at that, it passed.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Cool.
And so like that barely passed. So like now, let's see, on a non-empty board. So we're going to be a little more descriptive here. Blocked by my own color.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we'll do another one. It returns blocked by, so you're going to be blocked by the opposing color.
Mm-hmm.
So this person here will be black. And so now your result should include his position.
0, 2.
Yeah. Right here. $170. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it passed, but you know what we say is like, don't.
Yeah.
Make sure it's passing for the right reason. So I'm going to put this other thing here. Just make sure that it fails before we get it to pass. Yeah. All right. So
Cool.
that's pretty good. So basically, you now have a method called available moves. The problem is some of the logic is not right with the pawn and potentially other places.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can at least figure those out now.
yeah, you can kind of like write some good tests, you know, empty your board out just like we're doing here and start out with like really basic cases.
Yeah.
But then eventually you're going to, this method that we never got to, which was called, am I in check or not?
Yeah, in check.
In check. It's basically like this. Where, I don't even know where it is.
Oh, it's back there on the piece spec, I think, or the piece model.
Oh, it's on the piece model?
I think I'm supposed to put it on the game model.
Yeah, so if it's on the game model, I don't even think it's here. Oh, here it is at the top.
Yeah. Okay.
But it would be something like this, like you find your king. So there's your king, right?
Right. Get the king.
And
the color should be whatever color's passed in.
Right. So it's going to be something like this, like find king, find all pieces for the color that is not the king, right? The opponent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For each piece, do this. If piece dot available, what was it? Moves
Yeah.
includes
The king's
coordinates.
Oh,
Return
man.
true. It's really easy,
Yeah.
right?
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
Let me comment this out. it's ugly. But once you have available moves, then you can just basically at any moment say, okay, go through all my pieces, and can any of them kill the king next move?
Right.
And that's how you do it. Like, they all have available moves, and if the king's coordinates are in any of those lists, then that's check.
And yeah, because there could be a few pieces putting it in check.
Yeah. So you can return early once you find one if you want to optimize it. I wouldn't even worry about that.
And I guess I might need to, probably should write a method just for the opposing color. You know, that way I don't have to write the logic with inside there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to head upstairs. Are you, this is good for now, right? Got you good starting point?
I'm going to try to get it done.
All right, so
See if I can.
I always have trouble with this, right?
Oh,
Look at this mess. So this is the change color experiment. I'm just going to say, tried some, we did a lot. Changed color on game from Boolean to string and wrote available moves specs. All right, and then I've got some kind of thing here. Git push Philip change color experiment. Come on. If I do browse,
Whoa.
no, it's just, what is it? Brew install hub. It's because I have this, it's because your team is always like on the bleeding edge of Ruby. I guess that's a good thing. I just never take it that seriously. Okay, now let's go. No.
Good old homebrew.
Well, whatever. Let me just do it the right way. GitHub, PD Bradley, where is it? I'm gonna stop my recording.